Today, we are focused on Form ADV, a critical topic for the Series 65 exam. Form ADV is the registration document for investment advisors, and it's split into two main parts with distinct purposes. Part 1 is for the regulators. Think of it as a fill-in-the-blank form detailing the advisor's business, ownership, clients, employees, and any disciplinary history. The SEC and state administrators use this data for their registration and oversight programs. The exam will not ask you to fill out the form, but it will expect you to know that Part 1 is the regulatory filing, not the client-facing document. That brings us to Part 2, which is the client's copy. Part 2 is a narrative brochure written in plain English. It is further divided into Part 2A and Part 2B. Part 2A is the firm's brochure, which details the firm's services, fee structures, conflicts of interest, and any firm-level disciplinary history. Part 2B is the brochure supplement, and it focuses on the individuals, or the bodies, providing the advice. It discloses the educational background, 5-year business experience, and disciplinary history of supervised persons who have direct client contact or discretionary authority over client assets. A major exam focus is the delivery requirement for these brochures. For new clients, the advisor must deliver the Part 2A brochure and any applicable 2B supplements before or at the time of entering into the advisory contract. State-registered advisors have a slight variation. They must deliver the brochure either 48 hours before the contract is signed or at the time of signing if the client has a 5-day penalty-free period to terminate the contract. For existing clients, the rules are different. Annually, the advisor must deliver a summary of any material changes to the brochure within 120 days of the firm's fiscal year end. This delivery must also include an offer to provide the full updated brochure. Another key testable area is the updating obligation. The entire Form ADV must be amended annually, within 90 days after the advisor's fiscal year end. A common exam trap is confusing the 90-day filing deadline for the annual update with the 120-day client delivery deadline for the summary of material changes. Furthermore, if certain information in Part 1 or any material information in the brochure becomes inaccurate, the advisor must file an other-than-annual amendment promptly. The exam loves to test on the difference between the annual update and the prompt amendment for material changes. To remember the difference between the parts, use this phrase. Part 1 is for the regulators to see. Part 2 is for you and me. This helps distinguish the regulatory filing from the client-facing disclosure documents. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.